So hello everyone, we're back again for another video. This is a reviewer in IT infrastructure and network technologies, our professor AJP. So this is our module and will serve as a reviewer for you all. Goals of this class: storage product forms, functions and components of controller enclosures and disk enclosures, working principles of HDDs and SSDs. So next, intelligent storage components. It describes the components of the storage system, including the controller enclosure, disk enclosure, disk, interface modules, and connection modes between enclosures and the respective working principles. Okay, for our next slide, table of contents, controller enclosure, disk enclosure, expansion module, disk, and interface module. So next one is controller enclosure. It uses a modular design and consists of a system sub-rack, controllers, PBUs, power modules, and interface modules. Next, controller is the core component of a storage system. It processes storage services, receives configuration management commands, saves configuration data, and connects to disk and saves critical data. So that is the definition of a controller. Next slide would be power module. AC power module supplies power to the controller enclosure, allowing the enclosure to operate normally at maximum power. So this is the definition of a power module. Next one is disk enclosure. Uses a modular design and consists of a system sub-rack, expansion modules, power modules, and disks. So this is our disk enclosure. Next, we have expansion module. Provides additional cartridge storage and tape drive capacity. Next one we have disk HDD. HDD structure consists of platters, an actuator arm, read-write heads, a spindle, a port, and control circuits. Next, we have disk capacity and cache. Disk capacity is equal to the number of cylinders times number of heads times the number of sectors, and it's 512 bytes. And next we have unit is MB or GB, and it is determined by a capacity of single platter and also the number of platters. Cache, because of the processing speed of a CPU, it is much faster than that of a disk. The CPU must wait until the disk. Okay, this is the next slide for that. If this completes a read-write operation before issuing a new command. So next is the factors relevant to disk performance: rotation speed, seek speed, single platter capacity, and port speed. So the next slide, AAT, average access time, is the meaning of that, determined by average seek time and average latency time. So next, DTR, data transfer rate, internal transfer rate, and external transfer rate. SSD have absolute advantages in terms of performance, reliability, power consumption, and portability. Next, we have interface module. Primary function of an interface module is to facilitate and optimize wiring operations. So this is our quiz. Number 1. What are the components of storage system? What is the definition in your own words of a controller enclosure? Types of disk. What is an expansion module? What are the factors relevant to disk performance? And AAT or average access time is determined by. So you can leave a comment below of your answers. So thank you. Do you have any questions for me before we go? Just please leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.